go back in there one more time, just in case I missed something. I don't think I did, but doesn't hurt. We literally can't waste time if we're not talking to... Oh, there's stairs! Oh my god. That is the word for it. Okay, we're nearby crime, romance, and biographies of famous people. So we may as well try to go into that back room and see what we can make of it. All right.
You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Let's pull the curtains open.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A doorway stands in the back, covered in dozens of scary little cage-like trinkets, your shadow looming over it like an omen.
Hmm. She's scared of it. Let us go in. Ooh, orbs. Ghostly silhouettes of hairdryers. No sane person would ever put their head into such a machine. Oh, this is like the old school ones for like the from salons. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. Merely looking at that unmanly haircut threatens your masculinity. Dude, have you seen your face?
A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked.
Knock on the door.
Only an echo. No one is there.
Do I have a key?
After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key.
That's right,
It's
I got it from
eerily
License.
silent. The door slides slightly open, letting a draft of cold air into the room. You feel the tiny hairs on the back of your neck rise up, as if someone's standing right behind you. An uneasy knot forms in the pit of your stomach.
Touch the back of your neck. What is this feeling?
Outside, the wind howls in from across the bay. The building at Rue de Saint-Ghislain stands like a matchbox on its side, with men inside like little wooden sticks ready to catch fire. A panicking woman squeezes the pendant around her neck until it leaves a mark inside her palm. A man, a few meters away, stands frozen with a key in his hand. Somewhere inside, a spider is spinning its web.
The panicking woman is Placence. Kim doesn't give a shit about this. I'm just gonna open the door and enter. Sand is dripping from a punch bag. Oh, Kim wants to talk.
What is this place?
It's the netherworld beyond the veil. Oh yeah, because we went and looked at the call box before this, so I think I'm gonna choose number 4. I think this may be the Artemitep's boxing club for young
I
athletes.
think you're right, though it looks like no one's been here in ages. I doubt the electricity still works. Good thing we have a flashlight on us. Don't forget to take it out of your bag before we move on.
Good tip.
An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
What if there's a reason why no one's been here for ages?
Yes, because it's closed.
I had a feeling game would be practical.
No need to look for supernatural explanations where a banal one will do. Now let's move on, shall we?
Alright, let's oh, and it follows the mouse? That's really cool. It's funny, like, because the game is so water painty and so much of the game is just talking, it's easy to forget that there's like graphical mechanics. Poster says Citius Fortis, the rust is worn off. A shot put ball that we can trade for 13. Heck yeah.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them.
Okay.
Why does it feel so familiar?
Legendary check. Is this familiar because I'm a weightlifter?
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone.
Oh, did I used to wrestle?
A memory from another life, when we were young and fit.
I'm going to be willing to fail this. I've got enough health. Kim's going to be like, what the fuck's happening? Whoa.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
Oh yeah. That's cool. I healed some morale.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbell to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to.
Accomplishing shit in the gym does make you feel like you're strong enough to take on the world.
Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Oh, shut up, Inland Empire. I mostly like you. Don't make me change my mind.
Technique.
I just randomly lifted some fucking barbells in front of him, and he's like, yeah, nice. What's this? Worn out wall bars. They look unsafe. Oh, this is the stuff I picked up? That's right, there are descriptions I can read. This plastic bag has Frit written on it in a dynamic, forceful manner that implies great prices. As you crack it open, a malty gust of air flies in your face. Smells of yeast and beer. Perfect place for tear. Perholodon. A pretty little puck-shaped cap of purple liquid that can bring on anything from hot flashes to military-grade psychosis. With sufficient tolerance, however, it can make any weather feel balmy. Only for a little while. A ball used for playing shot put, a favorite pastime of elderly gentlemen. You feel like you should hold on to this and make good use of it. To sell such a beautiful old-school sports equipment would be a sin. I don't know, it's worth a lot. Let's walk over here. There has to be more to this. There has to be. No thoughts? Hmm. Business says... Search for the malignant entity. Playson says she lives inside a chimney. Find a way in. Hmm. Do have the crowbar in my hand. I'm not seeing anything obvious. Is there more I can
The
do with...
barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for its master.
Nope, nothing I can do there. Let's try equipping the chain cutters instead. See if we get anything else. Does Kim have anything for us? No. Hmm. Genuinely curious. I thought there would be more. Guess all we can do is go back through the door. Go back in there one more time, just in case I missed something. I don't think I did, but it doesn't hurt. We literally can't waste time if we're not talking to... Oh, there's stairs! Oh my god. I thought it was a wall. The hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. I'm glad I went back in. I didn't even see that those were stairs. Goodness. The music is good. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. Airship rudders covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. Let's see. A naked mannequin torso. A strange yellow color. I see that. Blue velvet. Soft to the touch. Moth-bitten. $3. Alright. I would have done this earlier if I had known that this would be fucking treasure pile. It's not a thing people say. Dang! Can we get over here? Can.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
Interesting.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious. Do you think I should turn it
We had
on?
one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Let's turn it on.
The machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Let's look inside the compartments.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
The lieutenant notes, observing the machine. Let's press print.
Nothing happens.
Play?
Nothing happens.
Again?
Nothing happens.
So we'd have to find the memory components before we could do anything with that. Okay.
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic.
Were they making a video game?
Translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Well, I'm going to examine it. It could be important.
It's Vara Hamira, a high welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-welkin races will be purged.
What the fuck?
The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with welkin, green welkin, dread welkin, and the high welkin to rule them all.
Project Dreadboard. I feel like it's a game.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welkin creatures.
Whisper. One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Why would anyone spend so much time on
Some
this?
people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
It's true. Some meta commentary, I suppose. Who are these creatures? Who drew them? Are they real? I have so many questions.
This looks like concept art for a project. It's not really real.
Well, this has been educational. Let's move on from the
Just
Welkins.
look at those details. So much effort.
It's true.
And for what? All gone.
So I have empathy with the artist, or the originator. Let's look at the photos.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world.
So electrochemistry is noting that playing a game as immersive as this is an escape, much like drugs. Although, not quite in the same way. So calm the fuck down, electrochemistry.
A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario. A desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world. as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe.
Huh. Let's take a look at the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money.
It's 51 now, right? So a year ago? Maybe less? Let's keep reading. What happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an empty snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
The lieutenant looks at the frigid ice field and nothingness.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Filament must be the memory for the computer? The radio computer? Let's inspect
The
the
handwriting
notes.
is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: "Call in, tune out," "Wirral untethered," and "Heat death of the universe."
Okay.
Outside, a cold wind wraps the building in its bosom. Snowflakes in the wind. An old woman passes what the locals call the doomed commercial area. She tries hard not to look at the bookstore windows. It's unwise.
Interesting. So, it's not just our friend Placence that believes in this. Let's look at this other board. I'm not forgetting that there's
This
a room
old
behind me.
fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker. The mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient.
This is the fireplace we were trying to find, maybe?
A diagram for summoning some time-forgotten being. The symbols seem very esoteric.
It's gotta be part of the game, right? What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too. Sparse and cryptic.
Radio frequencies for what?
Unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
Not unlike the description of the tattoo. So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled The Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants.
That's not medical. I didn't
Looks
think so.
like a surveillance program.
Wait, who's the game
Someone
master?
very important.
Hmm.
The leader of a massive on-air game built by these people.
If it's a game, then who's playing?
Whoever decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like.
Interesting. So it's like an online game in the days of radio.
All of this is gone, left unrealized.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became.
Huh. Why do you say that?
The schedule. I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. I feel like this is very self-referential. Alright, Kim, what do you want?
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
I'm gonna go with number 2. because I feel like that could lead to more interesting questions. Looks like an undercover counterintelligence
No,
program.
that's not it. I think...
The lieutenant takes a step back, steepling his hands.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it. Make it work on radio computers.
Yeah, that's actually... Yeah.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
They're like the first people to try to take those things and make it into a computer game. How were they planning to do that? I ask, even though I've...
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked.
I love that Kim's kind of a nerd. Like, there was that one thing when we first went up to the roof above the whirling, through the shack, when he was looking at the crane with some fascination, and now fascinated with this. It's really cool. I would be the same way. Has anyone ever done this before? He asked, stupidly.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry. But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an intersolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
Intersolary. And this was a role-playing game?
Indeed. Those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the WeWorld board game, with hit death thrown in.
What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but...
The lieutenant tilts his head, thinking. Let's finish it. I'm gonna go with number one. They were insane if they thought they could do this.
Yes, especially in here.
The lieutenant looks around the derelict room. The pipes howl, and a rat crosses the floor in front of your feet.
Okay, let's keep moving.
Experience. Nice. Let me zoom out a little bit. There was a room like over here. I know that there's a door there, and there's another doorway there. But it's easy to lose track of things. Skis with Slipstream printed on the laminated top layer. Ah, that's the Slipstream company that I tried to call on the call box. Make skis. Okay. Steel rotor blades bearing a Slipstream logo. So not just skis, anything of that nature? Oh. Cool. We could sell it for a lot. But obviously we're going to use it in the radio computer.